everybody, it's Laura. Welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all doing really well. Today I am going to be showing you my makeup collection for 2026. If you like some of the products that I use a lot in my videos, you will see that mostly in my drawers, along with some that I plan to use in the coming months. If you would like to see what I've got as part of my collection, then keep on watching this video. Thanks guys. Okay guys, where would you like to begin? How about we start on this side for a change? So we're going to go to this is where I keep a lot of my eyeshadow and lip stuff. So I'm going to bring you guys in closer. So in here, as we work towards the back, I keep a lot of my lip liners. I have quite a few of the Kiko Creamy Comfort lip liners in an array of colours. I also have my absolute favourite from the Little Mermaid collection, which is in the shade 07. Underneath I have some more Kiko lip liners and a Charlotte Tilbury one, the shade in the Pink Venus, which looks absolutely gorgeous. And my favourite one, as you can see, because I have sharpened this so much, this is the Kiko Creamy Comfort lip liner in the shade 301. Underneath that I have two NYX eyeliners, the shades Pool Boy and Rainstorm. I've not used a lot of these since 2020, so I look forward to using them a lot more this summer. Along here I have two Maybelline Baby Lips, which I am yet to try out because they are still in their original box. And I have a NYX Butter Gloss. Underneath here I have some Ted Baker ones. I don't know what you call these, crayons, but they have some really gorgeous colours in here. I have some 17 lip lusters here, a Profusion matte liquid lipstick, and also I have a Kiko lip crayon Smart Fusion in the shade 08. Towards the front of this drawer here, this is where I keep all my eyeshadow monos and crayons. So I've got some Kiko high pigment eyeshadows. I have a wet and dry one here. Underneath those I have my eyeshadow crayons. So I have a Tanya Bay one, and I also have a, the Tanya Bay? No, that's a Charlotte Tilbury one, and I also have the By Terry Ombre Black Stars. Along this front area here I have my Kiko, this is from the Christmas collection called Joyful Holiday, Rosy Wrapping number 2, a wet and dry. I have two 17 eyeshadow monos in lavender and gold, my MAC Cherry top that I wore for the Vamps' Cherry Blossom tour, and I also have this MAC pigment here, and also this glitter pot with the shade Silver Stars. Finally, towards the front of this one I have two Kiko 8 Hour Wear Transfer eyeshadow crayons. The shades I have are the shade number 52 and number 62. So, and then at the front of this drawer, and I've actually took this out of my makeup bag, I always keep my absolute favourite, which is the Maybelline Shadow Drip in Gold Quartz. Okay, moving on to this middle tray here. This is where I keep all my face stuff, and this is what I use pretty much on an everyday basis. So we're going to work from the front towards the back this time. So along here I have two 17 products, which are both from Advent Calendar. So I have the setting spray, which I am really scared sad that I'm running out of. This is the setting spray, and I also have the 17 face primer here, which I have been using, although it does have a gold tint, so I wouldn't recommend applying this thick because it is a rose gold tinted one, and it might leave a rose gold base. So if you are looking for more of a traditional primer, maybe steer clear of that one. And then along here I've got two Clinique Moisture Sage lips. This is the one I'm using. Towards the back there is the brand new one, which is absolutely gorgeous. I then have a Witch Anti-Blemish Naturally Clear Beauty Balm, and my absolute favourite summer foundation, which is the Bourjois Healthy Mix foundation. This is in the shade number 50 Rose Ivory. It's lovely and breathable, and it's got a gentle coverage, and it gives a really nice glow as well. Anti-fatigue, so if you may be running on low energy, or you might have had a lot of sleep, this will definitely give a nice coverage. And then Over here we have a number 7 Airbrush Away primer, which I've been loving so much and have since repurchased. And I have 2 concealers, the NYX one in the shade green and the Maybelline Fit Me concealer in the shade number 5. Now let's move on to the next row. On this next row I have another Maybelline, not Maybelline, Clinique Moisture Sage. And I also have this random Kiko lipstick, Blossom and Beauty, still in its box. I don't know why it's in this tray, it should be in this tray, so at least I put that where that should be. And towards the back here I have another green concealer. This is the Collection Lasting Perfection, which I use if I had any spots or redness, because that will help to tone it down. I have a sharpener here which I need to empty, and then on this side here, this is where I tend to keep a lot of my blushers and bronzers. So I have my absolute favourite, which I loved all through 2020 and 2021. This was the MAC Cherry Blossom one, which I am really sad I've hit pan on, because that is such a gorgeous shimmery pink blusher. And it's a shame it hasn't got a mirror as well, but I want to keep it because it's got the Cherry Blossom on there. And now I have 2 17 mini compact. This is the blusher, this is the highlighter. These are both this is in the shade peach, and this is in the highlighter in the shade bronze. And then underneath that I have the Maybelline Fit Me in the shade number 25, which I used a lot through. I only got this last year, but I've been using that in a lot of my videos, so this is a really nice colour. And towards the back here I have my trusty Kiko the Little Mermaid At The Face blush. As you can see, it looks like I have been using this a lot, but I've still got plenty left, and it's my favourite one for travel because it's got a mirror. And then towards the back here I've got my Rimmel Steamer powder, which I've had the writing rub off, and I've got my Rimmel Radiance Brick bronzer in the shade light if I wanted to use that as a alternative. And then on this side here I have a mix of drugstore and high end. So the last couple of blushes I've got here are my Benefit Georgia Peach Blush, which I am again hit pan on. I've been going through a lot of blushers in these recent weeks, but I'll definitely say that this is a really, really nice golden blush colour. If you are looking for a drugstore alternative, the Kiko Baked Blush in the shade number 12 is a good one, because it gives a nice golden finish to it, and it has a mirror, which is very handy for travel. I have a Bourjois Chocolate Bronzer, which is a one that I've been using a lot. I used to love this years ago, but I've only since recently came back to this. And it gives a really nice matte coverage. Another dupe for the Benefit Hoola, so if you're looking for something that is a budget friendly alternative to the Benefit one, this is available in super drugstores and online. And the last one that I have underneath here is another one that I got from Advent Calendar, and this is in the 17 Cream Blush. I tend to reach for this less because it is quite a hot pink, so if you are not a fan of this cream blush, that might not be the one for you. But my word of advice is, if you're wanting to use a cream blusher with a shade that is as pink as this, I would definitely use it sparingly and apply this with my fingers, because this is highly pigmented. And finally, in this left hand drawer, this is where I'm keeping a lot of my seasonal palettes. So this is the one I might take with me again this year, the number 7 Cappuccino eyeshadow trio. The colours are absolutely gorgeous in this. It reminds me of some of the colours in my MAC Cool Neutral palette, because at least it's nice and small. I have a Ted Baker one here, and underneath I have my custom MAC duo. The ones I have here are the shade Swish and Pink Venus. Over here I have the Nip and Fab palette. This is in the colour, I believe this is the Celestial palette, so this has got some really nice colours in here. And as we head towards the back, I have a bunch of Sleek NYX in number 7, and my 2 absolute favourites here, which is the Rimmel Magnifies palette, which I did a tutorial of a couple of weeks ago. I've been absolutely loving both palettes, but I have been using the blush one a lot. And as we head towards the back here, I have a Soap and Glory shadow, which is being wedged at the back of my jaw, but I've managed to rescue that. And my absolute favourite that I have been really enjoying is my favourite beginner friendly neutral palette, the MUA Undressed 1 palette.